The reason why most of y'all will never manifest abundance and true success in your life is because you're too attached to the outcome. You are clinging on to this thing of an expectation that you have for certain things that just aren't gonna happen. Like, having expectation towards something is okay. You know, it's healthy to have a certain level of expectation for what you believe for yourself, right? But the moment that you are attached to it, you are subconsciously sending a signal to the universe, and that is pushing it away because it comes from a place of neediness, right? You need this to happen. This has to happen, XYZ, you know. But the true manifestors are people who are able to detach from a lot of different outcomes in their life. So what does this look like? This looks like, say you're going out with your friends and you're expecting to meet a new person, right? You want to find love, right? So you're expecting to meet somebody and you're expecting to get their number, right? Get all their information down or whatever it is, but you're expecting to meet a person. Most people would go in there disappointed if they didn't end up meeting that person, right? Whereas if you were to go in there, regardless of if you meet somebody or not, you're automatically going to come off as more attractive because people can feel that you're not attached to a specific outcome. You're just going there to simply have fun. Now, take the person who initially was expecting a single person. If they go home that night without anybody, without ever meeting anybody, they're probably going to be very disappointed. Whereas say you meet somebody who expects to meet somebody else, but at the same time, they're not attached, right? They're just going to have a good time. They're going to hang out with their buddies. Two completely different energies. And both of these people are going to have two completely different experiences, right? Because the one person who is attached to us in the outcome of meeting somebody is going to be thinking about meeting that person the whole night, right? So it's going to distract them from having fun with their friends, right? Or hanging out with people or just having a good time in general. And so one law that I love studying that has helped me out, because there are universal laws that, regardless of whether we want to believe them, in them, they exist. And one of them is the law of detachment, you know. And the law of detachment states that the more we are attached to something, the more power it has over us. And so when we can detach from certain outcomes in certain situations, then we are no longer expecting anything from that outcome. It's kind of like a lot of us growing up with parents that had these huge expectations for us, and they were so attached. It's like they clung on to us to become this certain way of being. But the beautiful thing about having children is that a lot of the times the universe will send you kids who are going to be the opposite of what you expect them to be. And the reason for this is because the universe is trying to show you that you can't have expectations for certain things. You have to understand that whatever happens, it is out of your control. And once you come into certain situations and events with this energy, you're going to end up becoming a lot more magnetic, and your life is just going to be a lot more stress-free, and it'll just be a lot more joyful. So keep this in mind once you have a big expectation for something, or if you are going to an event and you're expecting a certain outcome. It's okay to have an outcome, but what it's not okay to do is to be attached to that outcome, right? So say if I'm going to somewhere to hang out with my friends, I would want to meet somebody there, but I'm not going to expect it, right? I'm going there to hang out with my friends to have fun, you know, and it might be a crazy night. It might be a fun night, you know, it might be a not so fun night, right? But I'm never going to know that until I go out and experience it myself. So I hope this helps you guys. If you have any advice for future videos that you want me to post, you have any questions for me or anything like that, feel free to comment them in the description below. But with all that being said, my friends, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you're at. And peace, love, and happiness. Mwah.